me it was Earhart after all?
I'm sorry, ma'am, no. It's a lady.
Oh, probably Mrs. Wilton.
Not her either. It's a stranger. Said I should give this to you.
Are you sure she said to give this to me?
Yes.
She said she wanted to speak to Mrs. Borkman?
Yes, ma'am.
You may tell her that I'm at home. You made a mistake. The estate manager is next door.
I'm not here to see him.
You actually came to see me. Why?
I wanted to have a few words.
In that case, you better sit.
Thank you, I won't be long.
Don't you at least want to loosen your wraps?
You do keep it close in here, don't you?
I'm always cold.
Yes, well... we needn't go through the preliminaries. 8 years and all the rest.
8 years.
Since we've seen each other.
Since we've spoken.
Yes, of course, you're right. You've seen me more than you would have liked, I imagine. Once a year, at least.
A few times, yes.
I've seen you a few times, too. Standing right there at that window.
Through the curtains? Why, Ella, what sharp eyes you have.
Good, yeah.
The last time we spoke was a week before they let him out. Yes, I'm right. It was a week before Borkman was released.
I haven't forgotten. I just don't like to dwell on it.
I don't dwell. My mind runs to the subject without even trying. I still can't make sense of how something so horrible could strike my family. Our family. You can't say we haven't come down in the world.
It wasn't just us who were brought down, but Hilton.
I don't care about the rest of them. What did they lose? Money? Pieces of paper? But me, Earhart. That child suffered such shame. But for what reason? We were innocent. To be pulled through the mud, everything torn to bits.
How's he doing?
Earhart?
No, Borkman.
Why do you think I would know?
I imagine it's come up in conversation.
Oh, I see. You assume I talk to him? That I take little walks with him around the grounds? That I look at him? 5 years! 5 years he was in prison. And where was I? I used to be proud of that name, John Gabriel Borkman. What it meant? Now, nothing would give me greater satisfaction than to never set eyes on him again.
You've become very hard, good Hilton.
About him? About him I can be hard as stone.
He's your husband.
My husband, who told the court his wife is the one who set him on the road to ruin. Who said his wife always complained she needed more money to buy this and that.
Surely there was some truth to it.
No, that's the way he wanted things. For him, everything had to be the best.
I don't recall you telling the court you ever tried to rake him in.
I didn't know it wasn't our money. Oh, I thought we were rich. He told me to throw it away.
I suppose he had to spend a good part for the sake of appearances.
Yes, we always had to set an example. Living well gave his investors confidence. Only the best carriage for the greatest king. Heaven, bowing and scraping, calling to him as we drove by like they were saluting the monarch. Greetings, John Gabriel Borkman. Thank you for blessing us with your presence, John Gabriel. John Gabriel, the great.
Wasn't he great then?
Well, as you say, he had to keep up appearances. He fooled me, too. I never knew how things really were. He never said word one about where the money came from.
He didn't want you to suspect. If you were confident the rest of them...
I don't want to talk about the rest of them. I don't care what he should have told them. What the law required. What the bank... He had a responsibility to me, and that's a responsibility he never faced. Year after year of lies. Every question. He lied to me.
He kept things from you. I don't think he lied to you. Sins of omission.
If you want to parse it that neatly, fine. He kept the most important information to himself.
somebody gets killed, so somebody gets killed. They don't care. Oh, sure, there are some good things about them too, I suppose. And look, I'm the first one to say that. I've known a few who are pretty decent, but most of them, it's like they got no feelings. They can do anything. What's going on here? I'm speaking my piece, and you listen to me. They're no good. There's not one of them that's any good. You better watch out. Take it from me, this kid on trial. Well, look. Don't you know about them? What are you doing? Listen to me. I'm trying to tell you something.
I've had enough. If you open your mouth again, I'm going to split your skull.
I'm just trying to tell you something. I'm just trying to tell you all something. Tell us. All right.
Sit down. Everybody.
She's just like her old dog. They both have trouble with new tricks.
No talking trash in my shop.
I can't help it if man finds this out.
You never took the bait until that night of Harry's graduation party. That's when you danced to Charleston all night with Mary Hatch. Till someone tripped the lock on that moving gym floor, and everybody fell or jumped into the pool. Everybody learned how to swim that night.
Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon.
Oh, hot dog, just like the church choir.
Beautiful.
Oh, you should have seen all the commotion in that locker room. I knocked out 3 people just to get these clothes to wear. Bet you over half your class jumped into that pool.
Oh, half the town said it wasn't a good idea to build a gym floor over the swimming pool. I wonder who turned the key.
Oh, probably somewhat jealous because he chose me to dance with you.
You think maybe?
Here, let me hold this old wet dress of yours. if it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town.
Well, why don't you say it?
I don't know, maybe I will say it. Hey, how old are you anyway?
You can't ask that.
Well, I just did.
18.
18? Well, it's only last year you were 17.
Too young or too old?
Oh, no, just right. Your age fits you. Yes, sir, I'd say you look a little older without any clothes on.
What are you doing out here all by your lonesome, Twink?
Oh, just thinking about all the things I'd like to give Wiley kids for Christmas. Can you gift wrap a compound fracture? I know what it's like to be betrayed by a man. My last ex, Talmadge Lampley, why, he had a back so hairy, I had to vacuum the sheets before I could make up the bed. After I burnt out my second dustbuster, I had him go over to the cosmetology school to have that mess removed, and wouldn't you know it, he went and ran off with Miss Hot Wax. Am I supposed to be getting something from this one, Lynn? All I'm saying is, I know that you're furious with Wiley for the way that he treated you, but you shouldn't stop believing that there's a good man for you out there. I know I have.
That's what I always say at work. Even though we're doing artificial insemination, I remind my cows to have faith. And maybe one day the right bull will come along.
Well, thanks for trying to help me here. But honestly, what would really do the trick is if one of you would just tell me where Wiley is.
I think he's out of town.
You know, I think GJ's right. Now let's take your mind off your trouble swing. Look, it's the scrapbook of last year's Christmas program. It's dealing with people like you that's giving me this terrible headache. And I need something for the pain. Well, I have a sledgehammer back in my van we could try.
Good one, Rhonda Lynn.
You can take one of these.
It's only sheer desperation that allows me to touch something that you pulled from your pocket.
Brainerd, hon, why don't you go back in there and get ready to get on stage? I'm sure the other shepherds are waiting for you. If any of them are still able to stand.
Well, okay then. I guess I better load that sheep in my wagon. I just love Christmas. I love Arbor Day too, but it ain't got no good songs.
The wheel is turning, but the hamster's dead. I found the house. Down through the chimney,
I didn't go to the moon. I went much farther, for time is the longest distance between two places. I left St. Louis. I descended these steps of this fire escape for the last time and followed from then on in my far space. I traveled around a great deal. The cities swept about me like dead leaves, leaves that were bright and